Welcome to a brand new episode of Lunch with Doug Plus, a unique and fun experience brought to you by the Music Exerbia Project. We are here today thanks to the generous support of our esteemed sponsors. John's Barbershop, located at 121 West Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri. Open Tuesday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Walk-ins only, no appointment needed. The American Legion Post number 2, located at 402 East Cherry Street in Nevada, Missouri, newly remodeled with a clean, fresh look. Hey everybody, welcome to Lunch with Doug. Today, as promised, I've got the one, the only, he's viral success, Mark Maxwell with Maxwell's House of Music. Hey man, this
That's
is
right.
so great to have you. How are you?
I'm doing fine, and I thank you for having me. Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Life is crazy. It's good though. It's good.
Yeah.
How you doing, Doug? You all right?
Man, I'm fantastic, and I'm just excited. Like in our perspective, as a musician too, and everything. You're like a celebrity. You're like our hero. This guy that's got wisdom and comes at us like, "Hey,
Uh,
finally, the voice we needed." So
yeah.
have you always been helping people get? I mean, I know you had the music store, so you've been helping people for years, probably before
I,
you
cer-
became
yeah,
internet success.
I certainly have. So I've been in a musical family all my life. My dad's a drummer. My brother's a drummer, and he and I play in a band together. So I've played music pretty much every bit of my life, right? My dad also owned a music store in Louisville, and now I'm in Southern Indiana, which is right across the bridge from Louisville. So I have always played music. I've always been in a band. I started this store here 28 years ago, Maxwell's House of Music, right? And I've been in this one band for 17 years because I was 42 at the time, and I kind of got pissed off at myself that I had been in some cool bands in my town and stuff, right? But I knew how to make it successful and how to kind of blow it up, but I'd never done it. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go for this, right? And so I started this band, and then last year, I guess it was January last year, I said, "Hey, I'm going to shoot some videos for people in the Louisville area, right, Southern Indiana and Louisville area, so that they can kind of learn what we've done as a band, because we went from this little bitty thing to this really big thing, and there was a process that we took to do so. So I thought I'll just share all the stuff that we did along the path, and I did it again for bands here in this town. And then all of a sudden it blew up. Like you don't even know it's going to happen to you until
Hmm.
it happens to you. So you're it's just so strange that people from New Zealand started hitting me up, and people from Canada started hitting me up, and Florida and Hawaii and California. And, my friends across the states were like, "Why are you in my feed all of a sudden?" And I was like, "I have no idea. Like, I don't know how it happened. All I know is that, again, I've been doing this for a long time. I do know the ups and downs of being in a band, whether it's an original band or a cover band. Um, I had a lot of, giants in this town that I get to stand on their shoulders, right? So my dad is one of them. They call him the godfather of music in this town. And so he's been a big deal. And again, a bunch of musicians that I always looked up to, and they taught me the ropes. And the one thing I got good at was just saying, okay. Like, in other words, they'd say, "Hey, you probably ought to try this. You ought to do this." And I'd be like, okay, right? They've been through it. What didn't sound crazy that what they were telling me. And so I learned a lot of skills over 42 years, and then I started this band, and it started doing its thing. And I don't know, I just wanted to share all the information with the world, really with Louisville, but it went all over the world, so that's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
how it I mean, as a out of state onlooker, just here one day, here's this guy, and you're like, this guy's got some real wisdom, and then you're like, oh, and he's got a store. This is cool. And yeah, it's what you've done is fantastic. And I guess
yeah.
I guess now you're gonna build on that. What's the future with this? Are you –
So the if you're in a band, uh Honestly, I haven't. Okay, so I shot 200 and something of them, right? Last year. And so all the ones that are still out there in the world were last year. So I haven't done anything this year. This year I've been working on a new project that it is something that's going to educate more people around the world on how to play music, right? For free, right?
Oh wow.
I want more people playing music, and I'll tell you more about it, but I can't let it out of the bag yet.
Sure, sure.
So but starting next week, I'm going to start filming again on If You're in a Band. So the I will call it season 2, right?
Right.
Of
Yeah.
You're in a Band is going to come out. And it is interesting because I don't say anything that any of us don't already know. Really, I just am trying to break it down to a very humble, hey, what's the best option for us as musicians, right? We're in a band, and what's the best option for us, right? And so I think that's what I've done with all these little tips is just, hey, they're pretty much common sense in a way, but some of them are forward thinking because I've proven them. When I say, hey, your band can be $5,000 a night, people look at me like you're crazy. And I'm like, no, dude, your band can be $10,000 a night. I
Yeah.
know bands that are $15,000 a night in the States. I know bands that are $20,000 a night. There's a band in Atlanta that's $30,000 a night, and they play the same songs that all of us play.
Yeah.
It is getting the perception of your town to believe, one, that you're worth it. Two is it's to raise the bar of everybody in the town that's playing music so that they will deliver a better product, right?
Yep.
Better banter, better on stage, more dynamic, all of the things. Sorry, my phone's going crazy. But so I think that's what I've been trying to do is to go, hey, let me like we raised our band up to a certain level. And then I started helping other bands in town. So now I've got these bands. Some of them are making 6 grand, 5 grand, 4 grand, 3 grand, 2 grand a night, right? Playing gigs. What band do you know that makes that kind of money? Not many,
Yeah. Not
right?
local. Yeah.
And so now we're to the point. My friend said the other day, he said, man, he goes, your band is like Starbucks. He said, He said every cup of coffee in this town used to be 50 cents. Starbucks comes to town, every cup of coffee is
Yeah.
$5.50. And is it any better than the coffee cup that was 50 cents back in the day?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Maybe,
Yeah.
but it's still a cup of coffee. I don't care if you brought me a cup of coffee right now and it was good, made out of my Keurig or whatever, fine. If you made me one that you poured yourself, maybe that's a little better. Is the Starbucks better? I don't know. All I know is they've got me believing that a $5.50 coffee tastes fantastic, right?
Yeah.
They've got the world believing it. They raise the bar on coffee, period. And we're trying to do the same thing with bands. We're trying to raise the value of what you do and what I do and every band around the country. And of course, most people say to me, oh, there's no way our town's going to be able to do that. And I'm saying, man, it just takes a little bit of a movement, right?
Hmm.
Takes one band to start changing the direction of things, and then another band follows, and another band, and another band, and then all of a sudden, you've got most of the town making more money than they've ever made ever,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Uh, the power is in saying no. Yeah, I wish we could play for 500, but yeah, we just can't do that. I wish we could. And leaving it be. Well, how much do you need? Well, we're $1,500. What do you mean $1,500? The best band in this town's $900. Yeah, okay. And we're 1,500. I wish we could do your gig, right? I wish we could. In other words, valuing your time, your creativity, the length of time. Think about Doug. What do you play?
Well, I play guitar, drums, and bass. So,
Okay. So, how can I ask how old you are?
yeah, that's fine. I'm 46.
46. How long have you played? When did you start playing your first instrument? How old were you?
I think I did my first gig in '95.
Okay. And so, what is that? How many years is that? Let me know. When did you start?
30-ish.
When did you start playing your instrument for the first time? When did you first get an instrument? How old were you?
About 13, I think.
13 years old. You're now
Yeah.
46. That is 33 33 years. Is that right? Yes, 33
Yeah.
years. Okay. How long does it take for you to be a surgeon? We have to go to college for
Uh,
4 years. Then
yeah.
you have to go another 4 years, right? Is that what it is? So at
Yeah, I
least
think
8 years, 8 to
uh,
10, 12 years.
yeah, I think so. 7, I think minimum, but I think
All right.
longer.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. Okay. So
But I don't know what
by
kind of surgery.
it doesn't matter. The fact is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
too, by now, with all the time you've put into playing music, you could have been a
Yeah.
surgeon. So why
Sure.
aren't you paid? Why aren't you paid like a surgeon? Why
Yeah.
is a surgeon more important than a musician? I mean, I don't. We deliver a service that I think is amazing,
Sure.
amazing, right? And so I think we need to value the fact that we've put so much time and effort into what we've learned, um, and get paid better. That's what I believe. And so that's
Hmm.
how this whole thing started in the first place. If you find the very first, if you're in a band thing that I put out, I was sitting over on that bed in the guitar room, and I was sitting there and I said, value yourself, value your time, value your efforts. Think about it. I sat in my room forever learning to play guitar, right? Then I practiced forever with multiple different bands and I played a bunch of different gigs everywhere. By now, I should be paid top dollar,
Mm.
top dollar. So, yeah, that's why I started it. Because I was really hoping that all my friends would make the kind of money that my band's making. And I can't tell you how much we're making, but we're making a very sizable amount of money to play Brown Eyed Girl and Sweet Caroline and whatever else the people want to hear.
Right. Yeah. Sure. No, I understand.
So, so with the music store here, it's a lot of people have been coming around the country, which is so weird. Like I was like, why are people showing up from the middle of the country or California? They'll
Hmm.
fly here. And they're like, man, you're speaking a language they need to hear, right?
Hmm.
About
Yeah.
being in a band. You've become you know, the voice of bands or something. And I'm like, how weird is that? Right?
Hmm.
I didn't mean it to be that way. I just I just think we should be thinking about this a little bit different than we thought about it all of our lives. Because we were like, hey man, we get to play music. Well, let's go over there. How much you want to pay us? Oh, you don't want to pay us anything? We'll still play for free.
Hmm.
That's only goes so far
Yeah.
before you go, wait a minute. They're making a bunch of money and my band's playing for free? Think about it. You go to a bar and if it's packed in there, they're making a lot of money. They should be paying you a lot of money. Particularly if you learn how to draw people to a gig. If you can
Hmm.
learn how if you can figure out, and I teach this in a class about just how to pack a room, right? And it's
Hmm.
pretty simple how to do it. It just takes some effort. Um, and so remember, the more people you draw, the more money you can ask.
Sure. Yeah.
That that's simple, Simon. There's,
Yeah.
if in any gig, you can do that. You can go, hey, we can pack this place, and this is how much money we need to do that. But the bands need to know how to do that. And so that's again another reason I started doing it if you're in a band. So
Hmm.
yeah, there it is in a
Yeah. That's
nutshell, in a
awesome.
way.
That's
It
awesome.
is.
Yeah.
It's good.
Because I really think like I'm interested in people like that are just out there that are kind of the voice of music in America. You know what I mean? And
Sure.
here you are, this guy. You literally might be the voice of America. Like how do like you're the guy.
No,
You know?
no, no. I
Yeah.
told my wife, I was like, I don't want to be that guy. But I do want to help people. I really want musicians to make a good living. I want our art not to die. Um, and I don't want parents to say, well, don't get in the music business. You'll never make a dime. I'd
Yeah.
rather them say, hey, yeah, I'll let you be a musician. I have heard many parents tell their kids that. Like,
Yeah.
don't put all your eggs in the basket of being a musician. They don't get anything. Well, they're right. So how do we change that?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's my goal. I want to change this world. Um, because I'm 59 years old and I finally figured it out after a long time of playing music. And so, yeah, it is what it is,
Yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah.
I
So
guess.
now.
let me ask you this a little bit. I looked at your store and stuff online, and I'm kind of the same way. You're sort of a destination now. People want to go see your music store and stuff because they've seen it on the internet and stuff. But I saw as I was reading, you have like three buildings, I guess, and you have even a place to play music. You have shows in there and stuff too.
So
Or
we're in a fourplex movie theater. So when you
uh-huh.
walk in the door, you walk into the lobby kind of a movie theater, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then there's four wings, four theaters. One of them houses what we call the Guitar Emporium, which is guitars and basses and amps, right?
Hmm.
One of the rooms has a full stage area to perform. So if your band wanted to come here and play, you could, right? The other room has been chopped up into private lesson rooms. So there's a dozen lesson rooms here. We also have a studio, a live video production that we can do. So if your band wants to cut a demo video, we can do that. And then we have the new secret room. The new secret room we're going to unveil October 1st.
Nice.
Um, the secret room is going to be very interesting because it's going to have, uh, how do I say? It's going to be really cool. But yes, and here's the thing, my brother just opened a shop next door to me with a full drum shop.
Yeah.
So if you're a drummer, you won't believe his place. I mean, this
Uh-huh.
place, it's so eclectic and weird when you come in here, and we have everything. But then we also have a lot of sound systems, and we have a lot of drum stuff. We have a lot of everything.
Yeah.
And so, um, yeah, it is a unique. We won Music Store of the Year 2 years ago from NAM, the
Oh,
National
nice.
Association of
Yeah.
Music Merchants. So we won Best Music Store in the world,
Oh,
which is
wow.
so which is so
Nice.
crazy, right? Like I couldn't believe that happened, but I don't know. I just look at this as a cool place, not as the coolest place, but I guess it might be one of the
Yeah.
coolest places, right? So anyway, and I didn't do this. This was like a team. Like it started with my wife and myself, and then it ended up with Brooks and Jack and Nate and Jen and Marcy and Logan and all these people that that made this place great, right? So we
Nice.
have a really great team of people. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We've got a great team of people. We've just been very blessed. It's good.
Yeah, it looks awesome. And you got mural outside and even like maybe a courtyard or something out there too. Is that right?
We do, and a stage out there. Yeah, so we actually have
Nice.
three stages that people can play on here.
Uh,
One inside stage, one outdoor stage, and a smaller kind of acoustic jazz kind of stage inside. So yeah, yeah, and I think in starting in October, we're actually going to allow bands to come here and play. So if your band wants to come here and play, you're welcome to, right?
Yeah.
Um, we've got all the gear. You don't have to travel with anything. It's a plug and play situation, right?
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, it's a very interesting place,
Yeah, that sounds
say the
very
least.
exciting. Yeah. Oh yeah,
It's
it's
cool.
awesome. Man, and I
Yeah,
know you're super busy. I know you're super busy, so I don't want to keep you much longer, but I
it's
do want
okay.
to I always like at the end of my interviews kind of, like ask for your social handles, but also if there's something I didn't ask you, like you want to share,
Yeah,
with
I
the
don't.
people.
It's a good question. I appreciate that people watch it. If you don't know how to find me, it's maxwellshouseofmusic.com. All of our socials are under Maxwell's House of Music. If you look that up, you'll find us, right? Everything. We do a lot on Facebook, a lot on YouTube, a lot on Instagram, and I'm sure everything else, but it's all Maxwell's House of Music. So we're in Jeffersonville, Indiana, which is directly across the bridge from Louisville. So if you flew into Louisville, you would drive across the bridge and you'd be at our store. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy because we've always been this little secret here, and now it's kind of gone nationwide, which is, worldwide in a way. Um, so yeah, it's been pretty cool. I have to say that. We have a lot of gear. If somebody wants something, we have great deals on gear. That's for sure, new and used, right? We don't do much drums because my brother has a drum store next door called Max Maxwell's Drum Store. Max Maxwell's drum store. Yeah, drum shop. I don't know what he calls it. I don't care. You look up Max Maxwell drums, you'll find him. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say. We've been blessed.
Yeah.
It's a good ride. We love playing music and love people that play music. So that's why we're here.
Yeah. And here's a really dumb question, but what is the name of your band?
Oh, we're called the Crashers. The Crashers. Yeah, the Crashers.com. If you go, you can watch videos on our site. You can go to our website and check us out, thecrashers.com. We do three things. There's kind of three areas of our being as a band because we knew we were just going to be a cover band, right? We did start down the path of being an original band, but I realized it was confusing the people that were paying us top dollar to play gigs. So we'd started down this path of, hey, we're just a fun original dance band, right? Or concert band. And there's three areas we book in. We do weddings, we do public events, mostly like festivals and concert events. We have played some clubs, but we're too much money for them now. And then we have um, what is the other one? Oh, corporate events. So it's kind of three areas we market ourselves in. But you'll see it. It's on the website, thecrashers.com. It's a fun band, but we're just a cover band. That's what we do. Now, we've talked about starting an original band and doing a different name, same guys, right?
Mhm.
And because what's the goal of an original band? Well, it's to get your music heard, right? It's to get yourself played on the radio or get a record deal or there's lots of reasons to do an original band, right?
Mhm.
And the reasons to do a cover band is to make money, right?
Yeah.
At the
Sure.
end of the day. So I figured that world out. Now I just got to go back because I played in original bands when I was young, but it never blew up to the point to where I needed it to be. But I think now I know how to do it. So I think my next thing will be to put an original band together. So we'll see.
Yeah, that's awesome. I liked your episode where which I've kind of been living by this for a long time, but like you talked about how you can't really do both. You're either one or the other. And I was like, man, I was like, that was really right on advice. Like you're
But here's
focusing
the
on
thing:
one.
there's a lot of people don't agree. There's a ton of
Yeah.
people out there that believe that they can do both, and I just don't believe they can do both well. They
Yeah.
cannot do both well. They can do both because I did both at one time,
Yeah.
but doing it really well, nah, I don't believe
Yeah.
it. I
Yeah.
just don't believe it. So
It gets it confused. I think on the consumer gets confused a little bit of like what the objective is, and then
agree. I agree.
yeah, it's like it's hard to really pinpoint. And when you say this is what we do or this is what we do, like you said, we're a cover band and that's what we're here for.
That's
It's
right.
okay. Yeah,
That's right.
we know what the
That's
customer
right.
knows what they're getting
Now,
when they come in the door.
I'm not saying you can't have like I would start another band, right?
Mhm.
And let's
Yeah,
say
yeah,
we'll call that other band, we'll call that other band the Couches, right? The Couches.
right.
And then I
Yeah,
have my band, the Crashers. So my band, the Crashers, could be up on stage and say, "Hey, here's a song by the band called the Couches," right?
yeah, yeah.
And play one of
Cover
our
your tunes.
songs, right? You
Sure.
could do that. And then as soon as they went to the website to look at the couches, they'd realize it's us, but we wouldn't confuse
Yeah,
the final destination. The final
yeah.
destination is financial on one side and artistic on the other.
Uh-huh.
So the cover band is artistic expression, and what can you get out of that, or how many people can view that and be a part of that? Where I think a cover band is just it's just all show me the money. So
Yep.
that's my
Yeah.
opinion. My opinion. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but I certainly believe in what I say. So
Yeah, yeah. Now, I think I get a lot out of what you say. I haven't
good.
heard you say anything yet that I was like, no, I don't think so. But yeah, it's just
Yeah,
usually
well,
right on.
there's been some of that for sure, but anyway, I appreciate you having me, Doug. Seriously, so
Yeah,
nice.
I totally appreciate you being on the show too. It's nice
Yep.
to have, and it's just as a musician and like I said, my circle of friends that have seen you know who you are. Man, it's really nice to have somebody speaking out for musicians on a national
Well,
level. Appreciate it.
well, thank you, brother. I'll talk to you later. All
Yeah,
right,
thanks.
see you.